Welcome children. So today we will continue our adaptation in plants. In last video I have taught you adaptations in forest plants. So today we will continue with adaptations in grassland plants. So let us see what different adaptations are there in this type of plants. Now, diverse type of bushes and grasses are found in the grassland. So there is a huge variety of bushes and grasses also. Some are tall, some are short, some are dense, some are very less. So fibrous roots of grasses prevent soil erosion. Now these grasses have the roots in the form of fibers. Why? Because it helps soil erosion. Now, do you know what is soil erosion? In soil erosion, actually, the first layer of the soil is carried away by the water or maybe wind or other factors also. But fibrous roots of grasses, it prevents soil erosion. It keeps the first layer of the soil as it is. Forests in the equatorial region are dense. Dense means many grasses are found over there. They are densely populated. We say no, some places are densely populated with people. So same way, forests in the equatorial regions are dense. Animals like tiger, elephant, and deer can remain hidden in the grasses. We have seen that many animals they hide themselves in the grasses. However, the grasses in the cold region are very short. Animals like rabbit are found in such grasses. Vast meadows are found in hilly areas as well as plains. Now we have seen adaptation in plants and trees. Now if you read this slide, you will come to know that there is a huge variety of grasses also. The grasses of equatorial region are dense, okay, and while the grasses in the cold region are short, and the grasses in the hilly areas are in the form of vast meadows. So you can see the huge diversity in grasses also depending on the surrounding where they are growing, depending on the place where they are actually growing, equatorial region or cold region or hilly region. So all the grasses over here, different places, they are not same, they are different. Now we will see adaptation for ingestion of food in plants. Till now, we have seen that plants and trees prepare their own food with the help of photosynthesis. Okay, they prepare their food with the help of soil, water, then sunlight, and carbon dioxide. But there are some plants which do not prepare their food at all. They depend on other plants or trees for the food. So let us read this information. Most of the plants are anchored in the ground and are autotrophic. Autotrophic means they prepare their own food with the help of sunlight. However, plants like dodder, cuscuta are parasitic. Parasitic means they are growing on other trees and they eat their food. The food which is prepared by other plants, they eat their food very nicely. So they are parasitic. They do not prepare their own food. They eat the food prepared by other plants on which they are growing. The plant body of dodder consists of yellow wire-like stem. It is leafless and cannot perform photosynthesis. If you can see in this picture, this yellow wire-like stems, these are actually cuscuta plant, an actual plant. This is the actual tree or plant, and this cuscuta is growing on this plant, and it is a parasite which is depending for food on this green plant. However, it has ostotrial sucking roots for absorbing nutrients from the host plant. Now, which is the host plant? This green color plant is the host plant, which is preparing its own food. And this stem, like plant, this, can you see this tiny wire like plant, yellow color? It is a parasitic and it is depending on this green plant for the food, and its roots are actually sucking. What it sucks? It absorbs nutrients from the host plant. These roots penetrate up to the conducting vessels of the host plant to absorb water and food. So it goes deep into the vessels of the host plant so that it can absorb water and food from that plant. Now see, I have shown you the picture of this cuscuta. Can you see this wire like plants? So these are actually parasite and they are growing on this green plants, on the host plant. I hope you will understand more better with this picture. Now fungi do not have chlorophyll and so cannot perform photosynthesis. Fungi is a plant, but it cannot prepare their food. Why? Because it do not have chlorophyll. Chlorophyll pigment is very important for plants. It is present in leaves. It is green in color. It absorbs sunlight and it helps in preparation of food. But this fungi do not have chlorophyll, so it cannot prepare its own food with the help of photosynthesis. Now what they do? They obtain food from starchy foodstuffs like bhakri and bread. Okay, they grow on bhakri or bread and they obtain the food stuff from there. Which food stuff? Starchy food stuff. Root like fibers for absorption of food. They have root like fibers so they can easily absorb the food. Now in my first video, I asked you one question. What are unicellular plants? Have you found out? Yeah, I have found out the name of the unicellular plant. One example I can give, that is algae. Okay, so it is a unicellular plant. And fungi also we can't see with our naked eye. You can see small tiny grow if you keep the bread for more than 3 or 4 days outside your refrigerator in normal room temperature. A small blue color thing, you will see it is growing on the bread. So this is called as fungi. You can clearly see that fungi under the microscope. Now plants need nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium for growth. What are the three things which are useful for the growth of the plants? You have to remember, because this will come in the filling the blanks or name the following. So plants need nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium for growth. There are some plants that grow in soil deficient in nitrogen. Deficient in nitrogen, that means they do not have nitrogen in them. Now, example of such plants are Drosera, Sundeep, Venus flytrap, and pitcher plant. These are the examples of the plants which do not have nitrogen in them. Now, what they do, we'll see. They fulfill their need of nitrogen by consuming insects. Have you ever heard that plants are carnivorous also? They eat insects to fulfill their need for nitrogen. Adaptations are seen in these plants which serve to attract insects and hold them captive. Now, normal plants and trees, if we go to see their shapes and structure, we don't feel that they can suck the insects and eat it for the need of nitrogen. But this type of plant, for example, Drosera, Venus flytrap, and pitcher plant, they have adapted themselves so much that they can attract the insects easily and they can hold them and they can eat them. So let us see the plants in our next slides. Now this is Drosera, Sunday. Can you see this plant, how it is? it attracts insects very easily, and the insects, when it sits on this plant, it sucks the insect and eats it. Now Venus flytrap. Now see, can you see the leaves of this plant? How it is, and it has trapped the insect, and now it is going to suck the insect and it is going to eat. Why it is going to eat the insect? For the nitrogen. Now pitcher plant. Now see the shape of the pitcher plant. It is like a pitcher. Okay. When the insect comes over here, the it easily gets falls down in the pitcher plant. This tube-like structure, and the insect is sucked over there. Now understood, I have taken this pictures for you, so it will be very useful for you to understand how these plants are there, which are nitrogen deficit. It do not have nitrogen, but it depends on the insect, and how it attracts the insect, because it has adapted so many features. So it can easily attract the insect and eat the insects. Can you see the shape, the structure, the color of these plants? From that you can make out the adaptations. So I hope children you have understood different types of plant adaptations, and you will do well in this chapter. So till then, bye bye children, and in the next video I will do adaptation in animals. Bye.